XRP and Zebec update. We're going to be talking about the ticker ZBCN, Zebec Network. I was hoping to record this video on the beach, but it's a little bit choppy out there, a little windy. You can see little white caps rolling in out here at the beach today. Wanted to really just hop on this one real quick because I talked with my guy, Bunny Boy, over on X on the TA update. He said it's ready to rip. And so this is a coin that I've had my eyes on because you guys have been lighting me up in the comments saying, you got to take a look at this ticker. So I finally am, and I'm going to be doing a full deep dive on this coin, but the opportunity is already here. I just bought some today, full disclosure. I bought myself a bag. And so I wanted to just put it out here publicly for everybody to see this opportunity for what it is, or maybe it isn't. You guys can let me know in the comments down below what you're seeing on this one. And I want to give you guys a little pro tip, by the way. This is how you really get the alpha on a project. I put out a tweet earlier saying I was researching Zebec Network and I wasn't really seeing anything that blew me away yet. And I asked the question, what am I missing? And so if you pose kind of a triggering question towards the community, not really being blown away, not really impressed, right? Then you get everybody coming out of the woodworks to tell you what the alpha is on the project. And they actually have some real stuff cooking over here in this ecosystem. And I've been pleasantly surprised researching this project. Shout out to everybody in our community that, was letting me know in the comments down below to look at this project. Folks in the Discord group have been telling me to look at this one for a while. I've been pleasantly surprised because they actually have utility. They actually have enterprise adoption. They have something cooking. And so folks have not just been shilling me this next meme coin that's going to pump based off some pumpamentals, but real fundamentals behind this project. So worthy of a full deep dive, but I wanted to just make a public video talking about this one here today. Real quick on XRP. So XRP went back down today. As soon as Jerome Powell started to speak, that market started to fall because they didn't like what Jerome Powell had to say. Jerome Powell still staying tough, saying that he's not necessarily ready to come in and save the day. And so the stock market was back down. I think it was like the 5th largest daily drop for the NASDAQ. And cryptocurrencies were down as well. But Bitcoin and XRP bouncing back, and in particular XRP only down to 204. We found that buy wall at $2 again. And so it's already been bought back up to 213. And it was at like 210 as I record this update. So XRP, quick wick down to 204. Hopefully, and many of you guys helped hold the line. We bought that one up. And XRP is just in an incredible position of strength. That's the XRP update. Let's talk about this project, Zebec. 2 main utilities, streamlining payroll solutions, and then now they have this card, multiple card offerings where you can spend your crypto. I mentioned the partnership with Ondo, and I am going to talk about the one red flag that I found, but I've already had one community member kind of explain the plan or the program as it relates to the tokenomics, because I did see a concern with the tokenomics. And every project has a story. So we're going to be following up on it. We're going to see how well this program plays out. But it's very important. I'm coming with a bias of I bought myself a little bag today, full disclosure, and I'm looking for this thing to move significantly. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Even just going back up to its previous all-time high, you're looking at about 270% was the measurement that I got from where we're at today. So I'm going to talk about that. Also, my experience buying this ticker on Caleb and Brown. Incredible experience. They closed my order. More on that later. So this ticker, they're providing great updates. And this is what more projects need to be doing. 37 million in payroll volume in March, 212 enterprise clients. I'm going to be following up in my deep dive to go through some of their clients and partners that are using their payroll solution. The main utility is trying to streamline payments to workers around the world. And this is a problem that many other cryptos can solve too. But sometimes you have that first mover advantage. Sometimes you're just the best service provider. We're going to see where Zebec lines up against other projects that are, trying to solve this same problem. But for right now, it looks like they're one of the few companies that's really, focused on this utility. Now, what's interesting is that they have this card program as well, and they're partnering up with meme coins. They're partnering up with Ondo, and they're giving basically people the ability to spend their meme coins, the Ondo treasury. It's like USDY. So they're giving folks access to their crypto through the cards, which many people are doing as well too. So this is why I said, they didn't stand out as far as like they're the only people solving this problem, and this problem is tremendous in size. The problem is legit, the utility is significant, and they might be in the lead. I don't know if there is anybody else that is further along in solving and addressing this market, but it's a big enough problem that it does pique my interest. And then a project starting to get that momentum behind it, that's definitely a good trading opportunity, but I'll be following up to see if it's worthy of being a long-term hold after we do our deep dive and we see how well the team executes on the plan here. Ecosystem seems to be strong though. So card partnerships, yeah, they've already lined up a bunch of folks, and 100% of the Zebec card revenue goes to buybacks of the token. And then those tokens get burned. And so there's 50 million tokens that were bought back in February through the card revenue. So interesting utility and kind of way to be deflationary is what they're saying. The problem that I saw was the token unlock schedule. This is the one red flag that I really saw. And one of the community members said that right now they're releasing 2 billion tokens per month, which lines up with what's on CoinMarketCap. On CoinMarketCap, it's at like 74 billion tokens right now, and it's set to release another 20 billion tokens by March of 2026. Immediate red flag. But this community member had reached out to me, and so I asked them directly, what's going on? We got a buyback. Are they being burned? And so far in February, there was 50 million tokens that were bought back. They're going to be burned. And apparently there's also, from the additional card partnerships, right? All of that goes to these token buybacks and burning. And apparently the token's also used as a gas token on their layer 3, which is called Nautilus Chain. This token was originally issued on Solana. Now it's on Ethereum. Now it's on BNB. You guys know I'm not thrilled about those ecosystems at all. But the reason why this one piques my interest right now in particular is because the meme space in Solana blew up. You guys saw all that. So folks rolled over to XRP. Folks went back to ETH. God forbid. I mean, I don't know why you would go back to ETH, but whatever. And so folks, the Solana ecosystem as far as meme coins is in shambles. So where are folks going to go with that money, right? They're leaving, but then they're also going to be looking for real utility projects like Zebec, right? Where they can say, okay, I'm giving up the degen life. Let me go stack some real utility, and they can do it on the Solana blockchain. They can do it on BNB. As far as future partnerships with Ripple, the XRP ledger down the road, it could be interesting. I don't know. I haven't seen that Ripple is addressing, we know that they're doing treasury management. I haven't seen Ripple addressing payroll solutions specifically, but if Zebec could get a bigger partnership, I think of partnering with a company like QuickBooks or, popular softwares like that. Something like that could get interesting, or they could just replace QuickBooks. I don't know what the experience is. I have not seen or used their product myself, but it is going to be interesting to see. There's a guy walking by and he was looking at me wondering what the heck I'm doing here. Like I said, I wish that I was able to be outside walking the beach. The tide's way out and it's a little choppy out there, so I had to stay in the truck. Final points. So, I'm going to be doing a full deep dive on all of these partnerships. The card, they just released a new carbon. They already had a silver. If you want to spend over 10,000 per day, you can get their black card. They're not the only people in the space doing this, but it seems like they've got some strategic partners. And interesting, they're providing liquidity for Ondo and for even meme coins. So that's getting interesting. So I wanted to say, though, with my final point here, I bought these tokens on Caleb and Brown. And I just wanted to, run you guys through this experience today. Basically, I'm going through my research, and typically what happens when I'm deep diving these tickers that you guys tell me about is about halfway through or at a certain point, I go, okay, there's enough here. We got momentum. Let's go make a buy. And that's what happened on this ticker, right? Halfway through researching, I say, okay, it's worth an investment. It's worth a gamble. And so I went to Caleb and Brown. I placed an order. Now, the price of this coin right now it's got about 3 zeros right after the decimal. It's got 3 zeros, and then it's 0.00091, like 913, or I think 915 right now. it's going to move by the time I post this update. But the point being, it was at 0.008 this morning, and then it bounced up a little bit. I think it was up almost 10% at a certain time this morning, and this was right in the middle of when I went to go buy the token. So I went to Caleb and Brown, I put in my order, and I went to buy, and the coin was at 0.0091. Now, my order was pending for about 10 minutes, but this is the part that I love about Caleb and Brown. They say, here's how much of the ticker you're going to get, in this case, ZBCN. Here's how many you're going to get. You're going to spend this much. You're going to get this many tokens. Here's what your fee is going to be. The coin runs up to 0.0093, 0.0093. So it actually popped up. And Caleb and Brown still executed my order here at 0.00913. So I just told everybody, the entire world, what my entry price is on this coin, right? 0.00913. But the reason why I'm sharing this with you guys is because Caleb and Brown, this is why I'm getting nothing but positive feedback from our community members. And myself, my experience so far has been perfect. That, in that 10 minutes that they took for the order to execute, I'm worried, well, this thing's pumping. When are they going to close me out here? Well, it had already pumped up, but they still were able to execute and seal the deal for me when I originally had placed that order. And so I've just had a great experience on Caleb and Brown. I think that Zebec is also on Uphold as well too, potentially. But I just bought it on Caleb and Brown. And I know many of you guys, are looking for places to buy this coin. It is not on Coinbase yet. I don't think it's even on Binance yet either. So some bigger exchange listings could help provide some more liquidity for this token. I'm still going to provide a full update on this one. Final points, actually, I forgot to add in with Bunny Boy, my friend on X, who provides me some technical analysis updates. He shared the chart for me and the upside potential on this one, and we're talking 3 to 5x easily. Easily could be doing a 3 to 5x. That's not a guarantee. I'm not giving you financial advice, but he actually had a swing that went a lot higher than that. I'm just telling you the conservative numbers. I'm only telling you half the story. He showed me that, and that's what I'm looking for right now. Projects that, even if they just go back up to their previous all-time high, you're looking at a, double it up, triple it up opportunity. And so for Zebec Network, might even be a lot better than that. Might end up being a project with real utility that turns into a long-term hold for me. For right now, I'm entering this as a swing trade, full disclosure. Bought it today, gave you the price that I bought it at, told you the platform and the great experience that I had with Caleb and Brown. You guys can use them too. But nonetheless, whether you're buying Zebec or any other ticker on Caleb, their service has just been incredible so far. So I want to, say thank you to them once again for helping our community out, because that's what's important to me, is that you guys have the resources, and what we're going to be doing for you guys is providing the education, the deep dives, the research on these projects. More on the way. I just wanted to get out a quick update here today, let you know on my most recent move. If you guys are looking to get further content, obviously we have our private group, and that's available through our Patreon to get access to Discord with all of our community resources available at ZachRector.com. If there's anything that you guys need, just let me know. We're happy to be of service for you in any way possible. More deep dives, more tickers, you guys can drop them down below, and we'll be looking at them, because this bull run throughout the rest of this year, incredible opportunity, as it looks to me like the storm is mostly past. And oh, by the way, I keep on forgetting, and see, this is why I have to do a deep dive. This is another ticker, another coin, US based. And you guys know how bullish I am right now on utility that's based in America. Their main base and headquarters is in New York. So I'm loving what I see so far, and I scooped some up. You guys let me know what you think, but full deep dives on the way, more content on the way. Make sure you guys have subscribed, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.